strongly believe that where you live can have a big influence on your social life, who you hang out with, who you spend time with, who you make friends with, who you meet, who you do business with, who you date, who you marry, etc. And so like it's important that when you're moving to a place, you actually understand the best places to live based on the stage of life you're in. And so in today's video, I'll be talking about the best places to live in Exeter based on different groups, based on different like sort of social groups and where you are in life. So stay tuned for that video. If you are a student, a young professional, this would particularly be very important for you. And while I'm talking about Exeter, this would probably be very important or useful for people that also live in various cities across the UK. By the way, if you're new to this channel, my name is Bola Abioye and I do various videos on Exeter, living as a Nigerian girl living in Exeter, and I also do videos on skincare, travel, hotel reviews, lifestyle, because these are things that I truly love. And if you love any of these things, you definitely enjoy this channel, so definitely subscribe to this channel to see more. Okay, getting into today's video, the best places to live in Exeter according to where you are in life. Now for students, it's definitely St. David's or Heavy Tree. Okay, St. David's because it's just a den for students. It's where like students, you mostly find them because of the Exeter University Streatham campus. You always see like students living in St. David's because that reason. So like you run more into students there, your colleagues, friends. You're likely to meet people there. If people are having like a night out, they're likely to invite you more if you're living in this area. And St. Luke's is more, Heavy Tree is because of St. Luke's, and St. Luke's is more for postgraduate degrees, and so they are more like PhD students, master students around St. Luke's. So if that is your vibe, if that's your area, definitely like if you are a postgrad student, St. Luke's is obviously the best place for you to live in around St. Luke's. And the area around St. Luke's is actually Heavy Tree. Luckily there's many other young people living in Heavy Tree, so it's just a great place to live. It's not far from city center. There are various areas in Heavy Tree. There's lots of accommodation tailored to young professionals and students, masters, PhD students there. Their houses and that are specifically to be shared by PhD students only, things like that. Their houses geared towards either PhD professionals, master students, or like healthcare professionals. So yeah, I think it's great in that sense. And moving on to working professionals, specifically in healthcare. So if you're working specifically in healthcare, still on Heavy Tree is perhaps the best place for you to live, because like most people that work in healthcare anyway, most of the hospitals are around Heavy Tree, Wanford, etc. So it's easier if you live there, especially if you work like shifts or rotas and you need to go to work at night. It's just easier if you live in Heavy Tree, no traffic or less traffic, and also it's easy for you to get to work without like stressing. In that sense, Heavy Tree is such a nice place to live, and yeah, you should definitely look into that. Next one is for working professionals that probably work from home and all of that. So if you work from home or you do hybrid work, 2 days somewhere and then the other times in Exeter, places like city center, Heavy Tree will be great for you to live. City center because there's lots of cafes around. I suppose like working from home can make you a bit bored. You want to go out somewhere for lunch or something. Maybe you want to take your work stuff and just work from like a cafe. There's lots of that in city center, and you can also say the same for Heavy Tree. Heavy Tree because they're likely like minds around Heavy Tree. There's a lot of young people or younger couples living here that could also be a strong part of your social life. So in that sense, city center and Heavy Tree, those are good places for you to live. If you do hybrid and you may need to like travel out of Exeter for work, St. David's could also be somewhere you consider to live, or even like some areas of St. Thomas that are sort of closer to the train station. Those are places that you could live, so that way you could like work, still get into the city, because St. David is and some areas of St. Thomas are still close to the city center, and you could live in either of these places, or you could live right in the city center as well, because you could get into the city center itself and you could also get to the train station easily from any of these locations. If you're not hybrid and you work from home and you sometimes go to the office and you want to also mix with other young professionals, then you may consider moving to Heavy Tree, because Every is very good in that sense, in the sense of like, you know, meeting other healthcare professionals, not necessarily just healthcare professionals actually, but meeting generally young people that are also like in a similar or same stage in life in terms of building their career and things like that. You would easily run into people around these places, and that is exactly why I'm listing these places as places that you should specifically live if you're trying to build your social life while also working in Exeter. Okay, and now my fourth one is if you are a family with kids. If you're a family with kids, I know I've mentioned Heavy Tree many times in this video, but it is good. That's why it's a really nice area to live. And there's like areas that are more specifically for like family areas of, you know, Heavy Tree, and there's many nice houses around. So Heavy Tree is quite big in itself. So, and you can easily get out of the city from Heavy Tree itself. You can go to Exmouth and other places as such. You could go to Pinho. So like, yeah, coming back to my points, if you are a family, you could also consider living in Heavy Tree. But another top spot I'd say for families is definitely St. Thomas. You know, the vibe around St. Thomas is just really chill. The vibe around St. Thomas is really chill, and so this is why I think St. Thomas is a great place for like sort of families, younger families especially, to live. The parks there, you see lots of kids playing around. It's very family friendly, I would say, St. Thomas, and it's away from city center, so like it's not much of like a party area or sorts, and less students as well. It's definitely more of a family vibe in St. Thomas. There's like bigger Tesco's, bigger shops and things like that to cater to families around there. And so like that is a really nice place actually, I think, for families to live and settle. School students around there as well. It's close to some good schools, things like that. So if I was like part of a young family moving to Exeter, I'll definitely look into St. Thomas. Also Pinho, because it's like it has many new builds and new development, and sometimes younger families want to actually start their lives in a house that they actually were the first to live in. So if that is the case for you, Pinho may be a good one. I'm not a fan of Halfington, and some people don't exactly refer to it as Exeter, they just refer to it as Halfington Village. So if you are a fan of Halfington, that could be a good place for a family, a young family to live as well. You should definitely also look into it. But I think my top one for families would definitely be St. Thomas, because, you know, I've seen firsthand how nice it can be to live in St. Thomas, how quiet the streets are, and, you know, the kind of townhousey kind of vibe there, and how nice it is for kids to grow up in that area. Okay, so that is definitely mine for my take on family with kids. Okay, and now the last one is for older families. So if you are an older family actually looking to move in to Exeter, or if you're an older family that's just there living in Exeter, you may find that, you know, places like Topsham Road and Topsham Village will appeal more to you, because I feel like there's more of that kind of vibe around there. There's sort of like families that have grown into their own. On Topsham Road, there's some really big houses as well that could be a rather great fit for a growing family, a family that is growing. Maybe they have teenagers that need like more space, or, you know, that space where kids need more space just before they go off and do their own thing around 18 or so. Yeah, so like Topsham has that vibe, those kind of houses that could sort of like suit those kind of needs. So in that case, like, yeah, Topsham is definitely the vibe for that. And for even older families, Topsham Village itself has like bigger houses, nicer houses, a bit more pricey, but it's definitely like worth it for bigger families that are looking to like move to Exeter. I think that would be my top one for older families actually, or even just looking to like fully settle and have their family, so their family house, because there are people in that phase of life around that area as well. And Topsham is an easy place to get out of Exeter from, Topsham Road. It leads you out to places like Sidmouth and even to the M5 and things like that. I think the road connections throughout Exeter is quite good actually. So yeah, most places will probably provide you like good access to places, M5 especially, to London and other areas of the country. So anyway, without further ado, I've actually come to the end of today's video. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, because it will get to other people that actually need to see this video. So definitely give this video a thumbs up, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, because there will definitely be more coming. So I've come to the end of today's video, but it's not the end. I have so many videos on living in Exeter, and so I would leave my Exeter playlist, you know, at the end of this video, and you can see all those videos. Thank you for watching. You could be anywhere else, but you chose to be here, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video on, you know, walking through Exeter. See you in that video, and